What is going on, everyone? My name's Boy and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the top of the map in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is Kimo. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Isis. His name is Magic. And this is a game from 2017. Way back when we were youngsters. You know, when the wind blew in our luscious hair because we probably didn't have hair in 2017, did I? Probably not. 2017 wasn't that long ago. The map is Watering Hole. And, you know, this is a viewer requested game by the fabulous Kilty, one of the goddesses of the Age of Mythology community, with all of the goodness and all of the stuff that is fantastic and happy and wonderful. And this game is going to be a good one because if you know anything about viewer requests to games, the viewer probably has seen the game and they're not going to send in a silly game for me to watch. Would they ever do that? I think they probably would. This might be a silly game. Who knows? Kimo Magic Balance Patch 2.0 was the 2017 time to be alive. 2.0, I've got no idea what the changes were in 2.0, but I believe Magic was actually in the patch team. So you can imagine that Magic would have had some biases toward his own gods before he got kicked out of there and all the mercenary were nerfed and all the other things happened. So I think 2.0 was the patch of the Egyptian player. But I could be wrong. I don't know. Who knows? But Isis vs Ra on Watering Hole. Back in the day, Isis versus Ra was one of the tougher matchups for Ra to win at because Isis could just do these crazy one town center all-ins and just win the game straight off of Chariot Archer, Siege Tower, Versus Eclipse. As the game has evolved, it's kind of changed in that Ra players understand what the Isis is trying to do now, and they prepare for it really well, either by making like double Migdol on a gold mine, or getting out Skin of the Rhino, killing the siege towers off, and getting some priests out to kill off the ancestors, just defending really well, utilizing the two-town center, tar, fast, farm, sort of shenanigans, getting super eco and just like out ecoing the opponent. But 2017, 3 years ago, that's a while ago, you know. We might not have known what was going on. Magic seems to be going pretty fast. This is kind of hyper modded. He's getting villagers on wood though, which is a bit odd. Normally we didn't see this, but I guess he wants to get pickaxe. He does need to get pickaxe and maybe prosperity onto the gold mine. This laborer is running the wrong way and Magic is not going to see it. And he's just going to waddle all the way back to the lumber camp. Feels good, man. Feels good. Relics on the map. We've got the Anvil of Hephaestus. This is actually kind of huge for Isis. Because now instead of just having a 10% cheaper armory upgrade cost, it's going to be 20%. It's getting close to those Thor armories. Kimo, on the other hand, he may not see his relic because he's not going to scout over here, but he does have Gaia's Book of Knowledge, which does basically nothing for Egyptian because you're not going to make Spearman against the Titan. I mean, you might with that relic, but you're probably not. And now we will see what happens here. I got to assume that the way you play this, if you're Magic, is I would say you want to advance pretty fast, right? You go up pretty fast, and then you just move forward and get this town center in the middle of the map, and maybe get this one, go 3 town centers here. It would be really, really good. And we'll see what Kimo's doing. He's getting the monument to the villages up. I'm over here. And he's doing, this is a very fast advance time from Kimo. He's looking for something to shift, but surely there's a monument up. He's going for harass on the pharaoh, or harass with the pharaoh. There's the tower. The monument's up. All the villagers are underneath the monument range. There's the shifting sands. He pulls the pharaoh. He pulls the priest. That is pretty big. He almost gets the pharaoh snipe there, but the pharaoh lives with 19 HP. Coming back in to empower this one. Magic getting out of the range of that monument there is gonna hurt quite a bit. And that's huge. And now we do see Magic is going to be hitting that priest all the way back to its base there. Now Kimo's almost got the, almost got the resources to get a town center. He's going to be moving forward to grab this town center. And we'll see if Magic can spot that one or what he goes for. Looking like Magic is going for his own town center, but he's going for the back town center here. I mean, there is a gold mine here, so it's obviously okay, it's good, but it's just a bit of a strange town center. Just because you'd think you want to get this town center early, and then you can transition from here straight into a Migdol, into an offensive onto this location here. We do see the Sphinx going straight onto that priest there to slow this town center down as much as you possibly can. And the town center over here with no pharaoh on it's going to be a ways behind Kimo's. Now we do see the Sphinx going to be targeting down the town center actually. The priest could probably just turn around and start hitting this. Would be, yeah, that's what you need to do. And there we go, Magic going to be running away. And then surely Kimo just gets that priest back onto the town center. There we go. So actually Magic advances later than Kimo and gets the town center up first. So nice little harass there from the Sphinx, and he's still got his god powers, whereas Kimo does not have his shifting sands anymore, which is kind of a big deal because you could use the shifting sands when he attacks early on the siege towers. As soon as you see the siege towers, you can just shifting sands the towers into your base next to the gold villages or something like that, and then the villagers pick them off, and then it slows down the attack even more. Kimo losing a villager there, that's gotta hurt. There's no skin of the rhino that's being researched, so that one is tragic to say the very least. And the Sphinx does get picked off. Pharaoh going to be coming in. Nefertop the second is going to be told to waddle back over on here. And now Kimo getting aggressive yet again. He's got these 3 units out, which basically just push Magic off this food here, which is going to be huge. There are 4 pigs, which is useful, and there's also these crowned crane over here, but this is where all the food for Magic is. This is really smart by Kimo, going to be coming in and pressuring that one there. So now Magic's almost actually got the resources to advance here, but with only 6 villages on food, I'm not sure he's going to be able to keep it increasing here. It's probably going to go down. He does cast an early prosperity in order to get the gold that he needs. He probably got a pickaxe out. He does have pickaxe out, so he will be advancing fairly soon. Maybe has to cancel villages here in order to get up. There's the gold income. We'll see if he cancels them or not. And he has cancelled both villages here, and he's going to have to dump these guys in at some point. Oh, he's built this one. He's going to cancel that. What are you doing, Magic? What are you doing? Kimo, on the other hand, he's also struggling to get to the next stage here. Very late advance time. This is not what we're used to be seeing in this matchup. Generally speaking, you want to be heroic by 8 minutes if you're going hunt as Ra, 2 town center hunt. Get up in 8 minutes on 2 town centers and you're going to be really, really happy. But he's almost up. He's got his armory. He's actually late. That's the reason. You need to get that armory going up straight away. 1 villager on it's all you need. We are going to be seeing Hathor coming through very, very soon. And there it is, going through on the forward town center. And Magic, on the other hand, going to be going through Nephthys. He's actually full half a minute in front of Kimo on this. But he's a little bit boxed in here. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do here. Do we see Kimo making any priest is the real question. He's only got 1 monument as well. He's forgotten all of his houses. He's forgotten his houses. He's going to get supply blocked here. And there's the houses coming down. This is really bad. You probably need to get 2 villagers building these houses now. Otherwise, it's going to be supply blockage for days. And this is going to spell absolute doom. We are seeing the villagers moving forward, going to be throwing down this Migdol stronghold on top of this town center. So potentially Kimo is going to spot this, and there's going to be a brutal locust coming down. We'll see if you can see it. He does not have line of sight. He's moved away from the town center and hasn't thrown up any obelisks. But it's got the spider senses. They're tingling, but not tingling hard enough as Magic puts the Anvil of Phaistos into the temple. There's the Hathor, and Kimo not going to be finding that Migdol here as it will be going up, and the village is going to be very happy with that. Magic's still got a lot of gold in the bank to get this town center if he wants it. Has a bunch of priests as well to counter the Pitsukos and also the rock that'll come out. And there's the town center going up. And it's looking like Magic's just going for the boom game here, going for the long game. And I think we're going to see a I was going to say we're going to see a double Migdol getting thrown down, but just a one Migdol. This is a very dangerous Migdol. This is the kind of Migdol that loses Ra players games here. There's no need to secure this gold mine. You have this back gold mine here. You have this gold mine over here, which is safe. You want to put you want to put the Migdol right next to your town center. Right here. If you put it here, it defends the town center. Your town center defends the Migdol. You can't get siege towers onto anything too easily. Over here, if Magic decides he wants to attack this way, the Migdol just goes down. There's no way for the mercenary to really get in there and help out or anything like that. So just the small things that make that would make this sort of timing that Magic is looking for a little bit harder for it to be executed here. But Magic's now 3 town centers. So is Kimo. So there's no timing whatsoever coming from Magic. He's just going straight for the boom. Okay, throw up all those units. Got to be super careful not to overdo it on these chariot archers here, because Kimo can build strong cavalry. And also with the micro from cavalry, it can be really difficult to deal with. But Kimo's got a lot of resources in the bank. Wouldn't mind to see the second Migdol getting thrown down either. Like I said, you can kick off one Migdol, you can be in a lot of trouble if you don't have the 2 up. We do see the priest, the chariot archers spot Kimo's chariot archers running around. They're going to be looking for a locust here. There's some couple of locations he could hit it. Like over here will be huge, but there isn't one image of the soldiers here. Over here, nah, there's not going to find any locusts at this point. Magic is too good. Has got all of his things set up. The raid is coming in here. He's going to be looking onto this. He may be able to get a couple of villager pickoffs here. There is no crenellations here for Magic. You do see a singular mercenary cavalry going to be coming out to force these chariot archers out of here. And now we've got siege towers starting to flood in. But Magic, he's got a lot of food in the bag. He needs to kind of sort that out. 3 town centers. All you need is 16 villagers on food. No, 12 villagers on hunt. 15 villagers on farms-ish to produce from 3 town centers at once. So having 30 villages is going to be slow down on things. He's building the elephants now, so that's really good. And we do see a rain coming down to block the ancestors' eclipse. I love that. Looks like there were enough priests here. And there's enough villagers here to pick off this siege tower. He could have baited that a little bit. Casting the rain a little bit early. He doesn't really have the farms down just yet. So a little bit of a panic rain there. I'm not sure I like it that much. He probably could have dealt with the ancestors. There's only 1 siege tower. So that's a pretty big win there for Magic, because his timing, he's actually not looking to hit right now. He's just putting the pressure on. And we have those elephants coming out right now. Those are going to be huge in order to pick off the siege towers and also tank the chariot archers, because there's no spearmen out, there's no cavalry out, there's only 1 Migdol, so it's really slow. We are seeing another siege works coming down for Kimo right now. And Magic is trying to get some pickoffs here, but the Pitsukos, the Wadjet, and those chariot archers do a lot of damage there. Do manage to get 1 pickoff there as the siege tower moving in, going to be doing a little bit more damage onto that town center. Kimo will start repairing that one now, and with the priest empowering it, the repair rate is ridiculously fast as a bunch of these villagers do jump onto it. And Magic's still doing his boom, and I think both players are going to be in a very similar spot economically right now, because the rain did not really assist Kimo that much. There's the ancestors, there's the eclipse. He casts it at the back. I love this. He casts it at the back of his army so the priests can't pick it off as they spawn. And then he's going to flood in with all of those, get a lot of damage done. We do see those priests picking these guys off. They pick them off really, really fast. The ancestors are going to be jumping onto those siege towers, which is huge. Priests in the back picking off a Pitsukos right there. The chariot archers going to be targeting down those priests that are running forward. Plus a bunch of units in the bottom over here going to be helping out quite a bit. But the elephants, the siege towers, are going to be taking down that town center. No villagers popping out to pick off those siege towers. Is an absolute head scratcher of a moment right there. Now the chariot archers moving forward, going to be taking out some of those back Kimo chariot archers, as the priests are basically all being picked off right now. There's still 6 minions here, absolutely wrecking havoc onto those siege towers. Kind of Magic has to deal with that Pitsukos. He's got those 6 priests not doing anything. We just see another Pharaoh coming in here for Kimo. Going to be taking out some of those minions in the back there. But it's now as a Scorpion man in here, but definitely need to pick off the Pitsukos here. And now Magic is, we've got to be careful not to overcommit here. These villagers here are really, really good at picking off siege towers, and they can do do that pretty well. And now we see the town center even like wanting to come back up now for Kimo here. The priest going to be targeting down the pharaoh there. Magic sitting at 151 population, so he's kind of full pop. Needs to get out his fortified town centers to get some more there. We do see the Petsukots getting targeted down. Going to try and micro that one away, but not fast enough there as the Petsukots does get picked off. Don't need these priests anymore. They can all be happily put to rest. And they can replace those with some chariot archers. There's another Migdol stronghold coming up right now. We do see a locust coming down, absolutely huge. Picks up a bunch of magic villages there, but it's not going to be enough to pick them all off. But there's 7 villages left, and that's going to be another 18 seconds of delay right there for Magic to get this Migdol stronghold up, which he so desperately needed. We do see the laborer is going to get picked off. It's going to be super close, and he does manage to survive there. And now Magic is going to have to kind of retreat a little bit here. He's sort of low on the population. He's got a lot of food in the bank yet again. Not sure why he has so many villages on food if he's not producing war elephants. And now moving back over onto that Migdol stronghold, going to be getting that one back up. Town center still not back up for Kimo. He's going to have to pull some magic out of here in order to get a win or come back in this game. He's building mercenary from his town center. They probably have Magi. Who am I kidding? They definitely have Magi. You're not going to be building from your town center without the Magi. We see Mercenary getting flooded in from Magic as well, who sees blood and he's like, if I get this town center, I win. And he's going for it, and it's looking like Kimo does not have the ability to hold this right now. But with those Mercenary cavalry, there's no spearmen here to really deal with these, so these may be able to pick off a bunch of these chariot archers here. Still siege towers flooding in over here. Would love to see some more elephants coming out right now for Magic, and he is doing that on auto queue from his home base here. And we don't see any fortified town centers. Magic does need to be careful not to overdo it here. He is building those camel caravans, so that's going to be huge. He needs to be careful not to overdo it on the gold, because these are mercenary. They will die. They don't stand around for that long, so they don't get value out of them somehow. Now we've got the siege tower onto Magic's Migdol stronghold. We're trying to pick up some of those chariot archers that are retreating here, and we will be seeing a war elephant attacking this at some point. Not yet. No, not going to be doing it. Chariot archers trying to pick up those villagers. They don't. Still no skin of the rhino. Obviously, skin of the rhino was not seen as a strong investment here for Kimo. I'm pretty sure he couldn't get it in this. No, he could get it in his temple. Definitely could have got it. But it's looking like Kimo's actually managing to flood in here. It's looking like the blue units are kind of overpowering at this point. This Migdol stronghold is really close to dying. You get some villagers over here to repair this one, because again, even though Magic's sitting at full population, not full population, Magic's not sitting at full population. So losing this Migdol could be actually really, really bad here. We do see the villagers moving in, going to be taking down this siege tower. And the cavalry are not migrating well enough there. Hopefully he can repair this one back up. He is going to be doing that. Town center is on the rise yet again. There's an elephant focusing it down, but the chariot archers focusing down mercenary cavalry. You need to throw up towers here. That would be a much better investment of gold here. You throw up a bunch of towers, a bunch of crenellation towers here, and you pick off, and they just pick off the mercenary cavalry instead of building your own. It's not happening just yet. Chariot Archer is going to be trying to take down the Pharaoh there. Nice micro from Kimo to garrison that into the siege tower. Does manage to keep that Pharaoh alive, and he does pop back down, but instant micro onto the Pharaoh down to 1 HP here. He's going to try and empower this town center back up. If he gets this town center up, well, nice micro from Magic, but instantly picking that one off. The town center is not going to go back up. Siege tower is still hurting this town center, but Magic, he's out of resources. Where are his villagers right now? He needs to get them onto this wood over here. Looks like he has kind of been a little bit wood shafted here, losing all that wood. Not really. Kind of okay wood. But it's looking like this town center is going to get up, and Magic not going to be able to stop it. And Kimo gets his town center back. Kimo's sitting now at 136 population. Going to be able to start spamming mercenary out of this town center instead of his home town center. His trade route is absolutely ginormous compared to Magic's here. And Kimo is going to be pushing back against Magic, who had the complete upper hand there just by the spam of mercenary, Magi mercenary from his home base. So incredibly good defense there from Kimo. Absolute fighting spirit of a madman, just throwing the punches and trying to stay alive here. And he stopped his mercenary there, and his gold income is just going to keep skyrocketing upwards. But he's not out of the woods yet. Magic still completely alive, just needs to get another Migdol up, get some more units out. He should be fine. And he needs to maybe rebuild those villages a little bit. He's going to get upgrades. What's he going to get there? I'm not sure. He's getting his shaft mine and his quarry and his carpenters and all the good stuff. Kimo, on the other hand, sitting on hand axe and shaft mine. So a little bit in front on that one, but the big story is all of these camel caravans really. Dock coming up now for Kimo. I'd love to see Kimo just buy his way to the Mythic Age right now. He's got the resources to go there, and he is doing it. He just needs to garrison these villages here. There we go, and just go through Osiris. Not Hathor. Hathor is dangerous because you look. All Magic has to do is drop a monument right now. And he's not done yet. But the villagers are making their way through here. Going to throw up a watchtower on Magic's back line, but there's already chariot archers over here. This should be shut down fairly easily. You kind of need to pick off these villages very fast, though, or maybe go after the watchtower. I'm not sure what the best course of action is. The villagers do not have skin of the rhino, so they will die very, very fast here. And it's going to be close. With the villagers picking that one off, it's going to be totally fine. Magic making another little go of it here, going after the town center. It's going to actually go down. Looks like Kimo was not paying attention. I wasn't paying attention. Absolutely insane as the town center goes down here. And now Kimo going to be throwing up some bag because he realizes he needs Hathor Spearman to win this one here. Needs Hathor Spearman. But is he going to be building them? He's not. Well, I don't like building spearmen without the upgrades because they just die too fast. Let me throwing up some watchtower spam here. I love it. Got to lame this town center up a little bit. There are some units over here that got a pretty juicy raid in, but Magic is back at it. And I think this town center is in range. This town center is definitely in range. I want to say it's definitely in range. It's going to be close, actually. We'll see if he's going for it. All these docks are already up. And he can even build a dock over here and transport over and pick off the trade route of Magic, who has managed to push through, and he may be able to get this town center up. We do see an Avenger coming through right now for Kimo. Then the Spearmen are going to be coming out. They don't have any upgrades though. You hate to see it. He needs to get those upgrades out before you start building them. It's never good. They just don't trade well against anything without the upgrades. We do see the villagers moving forward onto the town center right now, Magic. Well, Kimo's got a bunch of these chariot archers over here going to be trying to force their way through here. Villagers moving forward to build up these walls to cross that one over. We've got some chariot archers moving into the camel caravans or the trade route of Kimo. Magic, on the other hand, very... Oh no, he's going through Thoth here. And that is some crazy sauce going through Thoth. If you go through Thoth in this one, you're asking for it. The Horus Spearmen do beat Thoth Elephants in a value trade, so I'm not sure if that was the best choice there. Going through Osiris, getting out all of those things could be interesting, but also the Book of Thoth is an upgrade that we always neglect, which does give yourself an extra 10% on the resources, so that may be all these after there, and getting value of the kings onto chariot archers and just beating Kimo down with all of that. But Kimo is still managing to hold on pretty well here. The Avenger are going to be picking off all of these chariot archers of Magic, and now Magic is under attack yet again by these villagers, or by the chariot archers, I should say, defending with the villagers. And there's the Thoth. Magic does not have the resources to get out his special unique upgrades, whereas Kimo still no upgrades here. Town center coming up, tornado comes down, did suck up so many villages there. Magic is still sitting at close to full population though, so it's totally fine. Needs to get out of that tornado though. Gonna lose even more units, unfortunately. We do see some Oxy war barges going down, and I love the watchtower nice and early, and it's just out of line of sight. This is absolute sneakiness at its best. This is why you need to invest in this upgrade, what's it called? Invest in signal flares. There's no way you miss this with signal flares. Definitely an undervalued technology. Chariot archers over here harassing the trade route even more. There is a Phoenix over here to clean this up. And now the chariot archers going to be trying to take down the enemy chariot archers as well. Now the Oxy war barges are out. Going to start sieging this one down. And it reaches. It only reaches with one of them though. He's trying to he can come around this side and kill it off, but only one can take down the town center here. And he's going to have to take down the Migdol stronghold over here. I'm surprised that this is in range. Oh, he's going after both. This water is absolutely huge. Magic throws the meteor down here as well. Pick off a bunch of what Kimo's got. Going to be moving the catapult over here in order to take out the towers and the Oxy war barge. But now that it's docks coming down as well, Magic is in complete panic because he didn't realize that both of these town centers were in water range here. Going to be losing this town center for sure. Even if this catapult gets these shots off, this is going to go into even town centers. And then this town center under pressure as well. There's no upgrades. Was a fortified town centers, but no masons, no architects. And we do see the ramming galleys out, going to be able to clean that one up. And the catapult, not accurate enough to take these down. Needs to pick off these watchtowers though, as we see the ramming galleys trying to get out. But Magic's sitting at full population right now as he's trying to push through. And Kimo is going to be getting his town center back. All he's got to do is right click on that town center with the Pharaoh. That's not happening just yet. There it is. And we do see that greatest of the 50 is out. That is the huge upgrade you need for the spearmen to take out those elephant. It really makes them super strong against them. And it's going to be totally fine. We do see the town center falling for Magic as well. But the ramming galleys are out. He's got a total of 5 out right now. The catapult going to be sieging down these towers. And then he should be able to get this town center back. But that's giving Kimo the time that he needed to secure his town center back and be throwing down some siege works as well. And now we're hitting sort of an even point in the game where both players are kind of going to be scrambling a little bit. But Kimo's got these beautiful, beautiful spearmen going to be able to take down these war elephants. So really the answer here for Magic is to stop building war elephants and build axemen. You got to get those axemen out, build mercenary infantry, and axemen is kind of the only way you deal with Horus if you don't have Horus yourself. But it's probably not going to happen because it's such a niche idea. And there's the towers have gotten picked off. And Kimo is just going to build docks all the way over. He's got so many docks. He can just build them all along the shore because he knows how valuable that water is. But this water is also valuable for Magic, who's also built his own dock over here. So he could actually start sieging it at Kimo's town center on the back here. But the spearmen are flooding in. They're still only medium spearmen. They have flooded in. They prevented the town center coming up. And even with these heavy elephant here, Kimo's just got the 3 town center advantage. He's going to be continuously attacking here. See more Oxy war barges coming in. And Kimo's got control of this water right now with 6 ramming galleys. And the war barge is going to be coming in, going to be taking out the town center. Need to throw down towers here. There's no other option. Get the towers down. And that's going to give you at least a little bit of time to rebuild here. But Magic is just under the pressure that is Kimo as the siege works. The Migdol stronghold under pressure. Need to see some siege units coming in for Kimo here. But he's just going after this town center with the war barge. You see a watchtower coming in. A bunch of ramming galleys are going to be coming in. They don't have the upgrades, but neither does Kimo. You want to get that upgrade. It's kind of a big deal. What is it called? It gives yourself 10. Oh, I guess it's only 10%, but it's still a big deal. It's kind of like fighting medium units against non-upgraded medium units, but they do have a lot of damage already, so it's a bit different. It's like a really souped up medium unit. And there's a spearman going after these buildings. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Still not seeing anything over here. A bunch of siege works coming up, but it's looking like the catapult does go down, and it's like more watchtowers coming down. I like the aggressive watchtowers here from Kimo. Can be trying to take down the watchtower. They don't do as much damage against the building construction as you would think they would do. And there's the heavy spearman, and Kimo, his economy is absolutely out of control right now. Trying to keep up production everywhere. Kimo moving forward, he's building up this siege workshop. Migdol strongholds are going to be coming down. Bunch of heavy war elephants coming in, going to be trying to take these down. But there's already all of these spearmen here. And just look at these guys just falling. There's no tusk of what's it called? I always forget. Tusks of Epidemic out. So these don't have that much HP at all. I mean, they have a lot of HP, but comparably they don't. But Magic, going through the Titan Age, he's going for his Titan. He's going to be throwing that one down. It's not in range of the water. It's just outside of range of the water. Villagers coming over onto that one. Town center coming up for Kimo. Can Kimo chase this Titan Gate or not? That is the question here. We'll see if he's able to. Some Oxy War Barges coming out to defend over here. It's what you need to do, pick off all of these things. And he should be able to keep this town center down if he can control this. And he is going to be sending the War Barge over here to help take it down. It's going to be super close. Priest and 5 villagers repair or building this one up. Oh no, Magic's just going after the docks. He should try and kick off the settlement. But it's going to be 4 town centers right now for Kimo. And Kimo, actually right now, Kimo should be thinking about just getting this relic here. Guy's Book of Knowledge, couple that with the Spearman, and it's going to be a good time. You can easily take that Titan down with those Spearmen, but does he know about it? He doesn't know about the relic. He doesn't know about the relic. That's why he always got to scout. It could be huge. It could be huge, but the Titan's definitely coming out. As Kimo is just trying to clear out villages here. Magic does not need this gold mine. He's got gold here and gold here. And he's also got a trade route to boot. We've got the Spearmen, they're coming in. They're going to be trying to take down the target. It's absolutely surrounded though. So if Magic just alt S's or puts his villagers on passive stance, these are probably all just going to get picked off. We just see Champion Spearmen coming through. Only copper upgrades right now for Kimo. He's going to be picking off a bunch of these villagers here. And the Axemen are coming out in order to counter this. Finally, for Magic, making some sort of adaptation to his units there. He needs to start building some of those villages out as well that he's losing. And we do see this town center has gone up. And the war barges have hit Kimo right now. He's gone through his own Titan Gate, throwing it down. A couple of villagers on. He needs to send more than 4 villagers, otherwise the Titan will be able to get over there and pick that one off. He may even be able to get there in time at this point. It's a very slow unit, but this is a pretty direct route. Just walk straight forward and go for the Titan Gate, and then as soon as he gets on it, it's lights out. So we'll see if we can manage that or not. Bunch more of these Oxy War Barges going onto the town center of Kimo as watchtowers are flooding down, and Magic is sitting on 1 town center to 3 town centers for Kimo. But Kimo has stopped this town center from existing. So, Magic has stopped this town center from existing. So that's going to be absolutely huge. And Magic has to think of something right now to deal with this army here. It's a lot of population here. This is more population than the town centers actually worth. So maybe throw up some docks over here and then try and take out this town center from behind. Will be really, really good. Now the Titan is down and in the picture for Magic. And he is going to be making a move on up to see if he can get onto this Titan Gate. This is the stroll of the century, making those gigantic steps. He's so slow, but he needs to get over there. Oh, he's huge path block there from the villagers. That may cost him a little bit, but we'll see if he can make it or not. The army of Kimo is going to try and surround Magic's Titan here to delay. You surround it, you do those things, and you see what you can do. You don't even have to do damage to it at this point. You just need to surround it if you can. You can go into a box formation as well, and you'll be able to surround it really easily. We do see a nice surround so far from Magic. Attacking the Titan slows him down even more. We do see the bash away as Magic just wants to get to the Titan Gate. I think he should be just trying to get there with all hope. All effort needs to be get to the Titan Gate and prevent it 50%. If he gets there, he's going to be able to make a comeback here. If he doesn't get there, it's going to be really bad. We do see a bunch of houses are getting picked off as well as Kimo is picking off all of these docks, but Magic is coming back over here, building up these own docks. There's villagers over here to build up some towers. But what are you doing, Magic? He's going after the town center. Surely that can't be correct. You can get to this Titan Gate so easily. Oh, okay. I mean, maybe Magic just didn't think he would be able to make it in time because there's all the caravans that could be used to prevent this from happening, but I still think he would have made it. So even with all the caravans, you just pick off all the caravans, and that's even better. Pick off the caravans, kill off all of them, then the Titans fight, and you trade Titan for Titan, but kill off an entire trade route, and you can recoup your losses a little bit. There's the docks. Ramming Galley is going to be trying to come out for Magic. He's floating resources right now. He doesn't have iron upgrades. He's got no armory. He needs to rebuild that armory and get those upgrades out. Now Kimo coming back over onto this side. A bunch of watchtowers coming out. Migdal strongholds. Titan is on its way. But Magic's Titan's already taken about 500 HP of damage, which means that it's going to be a Titan that he has to deal with in response of probably 1,000 HP or more at this point. So we'll see what can happen here. The Ramming Galleys are out, and they should be able to pick off these Oxy War Barges. We'll see if they can do it or not. Bunch of Mercenary out as well, going to be jabbing away at this Titan, making his life a little bit difficult. It's almost gone down, and there is the Titan for Kimo. Titan versus Titan is coming up. One town center apiece here, and for some reason, surely Kimo has excess gold. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't got this back. And he's trying to defend it. He's got a bunch of units over here. And now the Titans are going to meet up in the middle of the map, bash at each other. I think Kimo or Magic should be able to pick off this Migdol. But he's not going to go for it. Pick off the Villager instead, I guess. Taking a lot of damage. We missed the Villager. The Villager's a speedy boy. Getting out of there. Magic can be continuously trying to slow this one down. We do see all of these ramming galleys. The town center is back up now. And the villagers are over here trying to get the town center up. Oh, you gotta be super careful here. Gotta be super careful. This Titan getting a free hit is absolutely huge. He's gonna get a free hit. And Magic is not fighting back. Oh, he's running away? Okay, get out of the Migdol range, but he just took 2 free hits, and that's like 1,000 HP that she lost as the Titan runs away here. He does get like a ridiculous bonus against myth units, right? 100% damage. Or 19,000% damage against Titans. I thought it was something crazy. Now Magic going to be retreating here. He can run through the wall and try and see if he can get something here, but Magic needs to deal 1,500 points of damage to this Titan, and he does not have the units right now. A bunch of priests are getting built, but they're going to the wrong spot. I just don't see this happening at this point. We do see catapults over here, picking off the Oxy War Barges of Magic, heavy ramming galley as well, and Magic retreating away from that Titan yet again. We'll see if he can spam out some trade or some mercenaries, but he doesn't have that much gold. And now the Titan going after the town center. Magic thought he had an opportunity there, but he does not have the opportunity. Priests going to be targeting down each other, but they don't do that much damage at all. We can see a house falling as well. There's more priests coming in. They do have funeral rites, I should say. So that's huge, but it's still a 1,500 difference there. And Magic bringing that Titan in to pick off the town center while they were fighting seems to be a bit of a mistake, because Kimo picks off the Titan while this is all going on and looking to get this town center back as well. As the Titan wins over here with 1,300 HP, and he's making a beeline for this town center. We continue to keep Magic at less than 140 population, maybe even go down to 100 population. He's at 103 right now. Needs to rebuild some houses here. And Magic does tap out of the game. GG, well played by Kimo, able to hold on here from that onslaught that is Magic's ISIS. We thought the game was over at 12 minutes in when Magic took down this town center for the first time, and there was just like no hope that Kimo could get it back. And then Kimo just flooded with mercenary, stabilized, and then he just lost it again. He lost the town center again, and he made this huge comeback with the Oxy War Barges taking down 2 town centers with 1 lake. Absolutely huge from Kimo in order to take this game. If you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that good stuff. My name's Boyd, and I will see you guys next time. Peace!